Our lesson today, inequalities and solving inequalities in Q. First, inequality, it means two sides, between them one of these signs, smaller than, bigger than, smaller than or equal, or bigger than or equal. So we can write, for example, x smaller than 5. It means all numbers smaller than 5. If x belongs to z, what are numbers smaller than 5 in z? In z, we can write 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, and so on. X is smaller than 5 equals all these numbers infinite set. When x is smaller than 5 and x belongs to n natural number, which has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. In this case, x equals 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Then follow the set. Now we have finite set because n doesn't has negative numbers. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All these numbers are smaller than 5. When we write x smaller than or equal 5 in n, we can write 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now, we wrote 5 because he say x smaller than or equal 5. So this sign means start by 5 and write smaller numbers of 5. Another example. X is greater than or equal 10 in Q. You know that Q is the rational number which has whole numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, and it also has fractions and decimals. So we can write here x equal, we can't write numbers. Why? If we write x is greater than or equal 10, if you write 10, 11, 12, now we have infinite numbers between 10 and 11, infinite numbers between 11 and 12, and so on. We have fractions, we have decimals between any two consecutive numbers. How can we write the set? We can write it by x such that x belongs to q and x is greater than or equal 10. Again, we can write the solution set by this method in Q. X greater than or equal 10 in Q, or say x belongs to Q, we can write this form. X equals set x such that x belongs to q and x greater than or equal 10. S. Now, when he says x belongs to z, write all numbers. When he says x belongs to n, write all numbers. But when he says x belongs to q, we can't write all numbers, so we must write this form in SS. SS, the solution of the inequality, write x equals x such that x belongs to q and write the inequality. Now, solve in z and q. First, solve in z. Second, solve in q. The inequality 2x minus 1 smaller than or equal 5. Steps of solving the inequality. First, we can say steps of solving inequality, same steps of solving equations. It means first, move this number, -1, to the second side by inverse sign. Move -1 to the second side by inverse sign. So we can write 2x smaller than or equal 5. Plus 1. After that, 2x is smaller than or equal 5 plus 1 equals 6. Second step, divided by coefficient of x. It means we must divide by 2 and write x smaller than or equal 3. Now we have two sets, z and q. Number 1, solving in z. SS equals, SS means solution set. Solution set equal in z. Search for all numbers that's smaller than or equal 3. Start by 3 and all numbers smaller than 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, and so on, and close the set. 2. Solving in Q. SS equals, now we say that we can't write any numbers because Q has infinite numbers between any two consecutive numbers. Between 2 and 3, we have infinite numbers, fractions, decimals, and so on. Between 1 and 0, we have infinite numbers of fractions, decimals, and so on. So we can't write numbers, but we can write this form x such that x belongs to q and comma write the last form in the inequality, x is smaller than or equal 3. Now we have finished the solution in Q. So in inequality, look at the substitution set Z or Q and write SS according to this substitution set Z or Q. Another example. Pay attention in the next example because it has new rule. Now solve in Q. Negative 3x plus 5 is greater than 10. Okay. Now, if we solve by same steps, first step, move 5 to the second side by inverse sign. So write negative 3x greater than 10 minus 5. Negative 3x is greater than 10 minus 5 equals 5. Second step, divided by the coefficient of x. Now the coefficient of x is negative 3. So we must divide by what? By negative 3. Negative 3. Don't forget negative. Divided by negative 3. Now look at this rule. When we multiply or divide by negative number in the inequality, when we multiply or divide by negative number, we must change the sign of inequality. A change the sign of inequality is smaller than becomes greater than to smaller than to smaller or equal to greater or equal and so on. Smaller than converted to smaller greater than converted to smaller than greater than or equal converted to smaller than or equal and so on. Again, this rule is very, very important. Pay attention. When we multiply or divide by a negative number, as this case, we must change the sign of equality. So now write x and here 5 of negative 3, or we can write negative 5 over 3, and change the sign. So convert greater than to smaller than. Why? Because we divided by a negative number. Now we have the solution, x smaller than negative 5 over 3. This number belongs to Q, and we can say SS plus SS equals x, such that x belongs to Q, and x is smaller than negative 5 over 3, and close the set. Now we have solved the inequality. Some inequalities has three sides. Solve in Q. 3x plus 2 smaller greater than or equal 9 smaller than 12. Now we have in this inequality three sides, 1, 2, and 3. Do the same steps, but move positive 2 to the left side and right side by negative sign. So we can write in the middle 3x and negative 2 to the left side 9 minus 2, and right side 12 minus 2. 9 minus 2 equals 7. 12 minus 2 equals 10. The second step, divided by coefficient of x. It means divide by 3 to all sides, left and right. And right 7 over 3 x 10 divided by 3. Now we have finished the solution. How can we write the SS? SS equals x such that x belongs to u, and write the form 7 over 3 x 10 over 3. Okay. In this example, this inequality has 3 sides. Okay. Another example. In this example, 3 bracket x plus 2 greater than or equal negative 2 bracket x plus 1. You know that we must use the distributive property in the two sides. 3 multiplied by x plus 2, it means 3 times x, 3x, plus 3 times 2 equals 6. The distributive property, 3 times x and 3 times 2. Okay? And the same method, negative 2 times the bracket, negative 2x, negative 2 times positive 1, negative 2. Now we have two sides, but we have the variable x in the left and the right, and the number the left and in the right. Now we must summation x in the left side and numbers in the right side. It means we must move negative 2x to the left side. Right here 3x plus 2x. Why we convert this sign? Because we move negative 2x to the second side. We must change negative to positive, greater than or equal, and move positive 6 to the right side. Negative 2 plus or minus? Yes, minus 6, because positive converted to negative. 3x plus 2x, this like terms, equals 5x, greater than or equal negative 8. Divided by 5, so x greater than or equal negative 8 or 5. This number belongs to u, so we can write x SS equals x such that x belongs to u and x greater than or equal negative 8 over 5. Okay, and see you in your video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.